nothing new under the sun. From your fate you cannot run. You are what was before. Could have reprobate soul. Come unknown, we're not known. We can escape what the Bible's foretold. Now that I know what deja vu is, I hate that dish. Now that I know what deja vu is, I hate this.
Seen it, thought it, lived it, loved it, cause you did before. Everything you're doing now is already old. Nothing that happened, it shall be. And what you've done is already done. Under the sun, everything that you've done, nothing is new.
I got it, tightrope out on slip, making supplication, stacking brick by brick. They will microwave it, we're patiently waiting on the Lord to come and subdue all the nations. Desire to be a bishop, vigilant and temperate, apt to teach to make the world flip up on its axis. If you ask us, then we answer. Got my life played out before me on this roller coaster ride. I know who control it. All your lies, we exposed it. Camouflage, but we noticed. We're the children of God, from Abraham to Moses. Try to knock me out of focus, but I'm focused in this motion. Motion picture got this script, and I know what my role
Lord,
is.
only you know, you know, you know. Please keep me in control, in control, in control. Lord, only you know, you know, you know. Please keep me in control, in control, in control. I gotta be vigilant now. The devil be walking around, seeking who he may devour. Babylon gone in an hour, and now I'm not trying to go down in the lake of fire with her, with her.
Every night I'm praying for patience, patiently waiting, but then my anger keep telling me to skip, go straight to Satan. That's something Father be hating. Please don't cut me out my nation. I repent, Lord, I repent. I promise that I will make it. Give me the will to endure, the courage to stand, the wisdom to believe that with you I am a man, the knowledge of self, the seal of your laws. You write them things on my heart. Your words will never depart.
Lord, only you know, you know, you know. Please keep me in control, in control, in control. Lord, only you know, you know, you know. Please keep me in control, in control, in control. I gotta be vigilant now. The devil be walking around, seeking who he may devour. Babylon gone in an hour, and now I'm not trying to go down in the lake of fire with her, with her. To take away them demons, gotta fast and pray. Focus on the script, that's how I meditate. Devil said he tryna take me out, but I told him this is not a day. Governor of my life, you control my mind, cause a bishop must be blameless, asking to be angry, no. Cleanse me till I'm stainless. Lord, only you know, you know, you know. Please keep me in control, in control, in control. Lord, only you know, you know, you know. Please keep me in control, in control, in control. I gotta be vigilant now. The devil be walking around, seeking who he may devour. Babylon gone in an hour, and now I'm not trying to go down in the lake of fire with her, with her.
What you see is a new man fighting in no life. I mean, I got a mean punch, but that flesh know how to fight. Uppercuts full of lust, jabs of anger from the right. Who hasn't taken some licks, but I'm strong in the Lord's might. My mind, tempted by what it minds. Only an Israelite, knowing it's about that time. I'm always kicking, pushing, I'm just tired of the bullshit, but many jakes full of it, but I gotta stay temperate.
Lord, only you know. Please keep me in control. Lord, only you know. Please keep me in control. I gotta be vigilant now. The devil be walking around, seeking who he may devour. Babylon gone in an hour, and I'm not trying to go down in the lake of fire with her.
We be on them highways, tell them be cool, we on the byways. Bring out the word, they looking sideways. I don't do it my way. We on them highways, tell them be cool, we on the byways. Bring out the word, they looking sideways. I don't do this my way. I hold a 6-man. Demons rolling up, I'm about to fix that. Scoffer about to talk, I got the word for him. I ain't even know I even heard from him. Scriptures coming out and ain't no word from him. As soon as I pull out the laws, they run away. You was laughing, he gon' laugh at your calamity. Oh man, they gon' reprobate, oh man. I see you better believe it. We ain't got a reason, cause we gon' speak the truth. Out in your city, you know you hear us loud, so stop your frontin'. We gon' bring the trumpets. We be on them highways, tell them be cool, we on the byways. Bring out the word, they looking sideways. I don't do it my way. We on them highways, tell them be cool, we on the byways. Bring out the word, they looking sideways. I don't do this my way. We be on them highways, tell them be cool, we on the byways. Bring out the word, they looking sideways. I don't do it my way. We on them highways, tell them be cool, we on the byways. Bring out the word, they looking sideways. I don't do this my way.
Hey, don't boast, man. See them scriptures like a fire, now you toast, man. Yeah, you say you got the truth, but ain't no word in them. So stop lying, they ain't buying. You can't stop the way we moving, so stop trying. Yeah, we shining, oh, woo. Cause you know Christ, he be the root. So every time we come around city, get it poppin', you know what we came to do. What's the truth? Psalms 119, you know verse 142. That's the truth. Keep them statues and don't turn it as reproof. He gon' laugh at your calamity. All lip service, you still stuck in Christianity. When you should be feeding the flock of the slaughter, the sons and the daughters, but you still got a Pharisee mentality. Woo! Just appearance. Yeah, they steady hating cause we still got that coherence. On that straight and narrow till we make it to the entrance. On them highways trying to bring them to repentance. We be on that front line. We be on that front line. You line, we grind. We be on that front line. We be on that front line. You line, we grind. We be on that front line. We be on that front line. You line, we grind. We be on that front line. On them highways and them hedges trying to bring the Lord.
Yeah. Oh, I think you gon' reprobate. Oh, man, I think you gon' reprobate. Oh, man, think you gon' reprobate. Oh, man, yeah, you gon' reprobate. Oh, man, you the same one that says they'll never hate. Now you tryna leave, you tryna separate, you gon' reprobate. Oh man, I think you gon' reprobate. Oh, why are you so deceitful? You're trying to trip up the people. You can't control your ways, but you complain all the day long. You're doing things not convenient. I pull a script, I can tell. There is no knowledge within you. Oh, I think you gon' reprobate. Oh man, I think you gon' reprobate. Oh man, think you gon' reprobate. Oh man, yeah, you gon' reprobate. Oh man, you the same one that says they'll never hate. Now you tryna leave, you tryna separate, you gon' reprobate. Oh man, I think you gon' reprobate.
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah. Before every enterprise we sought counsel. And the way you acting now is not like it. See, I'd rather leave than to start fighting. Unequally yoked is what the words say. Railing for railing is not my foreplay. Stay together, do what the songs say. Bonnie ain't collide with Clyde, now we in the hallways. We all make mistakes, but don't give excuse to do it. We all in the race, and everyone's a winner. But staying with a reprobate mind will keep you off track. And you don't wanna backslide.
Oh man, I think you gon' reprobate. Oh man, think you gon' reprobate. Oh man, yeah, you gon' reprobate. Oh man, you the same one that says they'll never hate. Now you tryna leave, you tryna separate, you gon' reprobate. Oh man, I think you gon' reprobate.
In the truth, you had zeal like a spark, but when the trials came, you straight departed. Temptation gonna come and yours did, but you tossed to and fro with all evil like a little kid. Check it out, you called the deacons telling lies. Mad cause they chose the truth. You praying to the Lord flies. Sitting sweet, guess you got a sweet tooth. The most are knocking down your demons, putting chains on your door like your Morgan Freeman. Your sisters and your brothers, you do not esteem them. Oh yeah, you gon' reprobate.
wanna take it there. Causing contradiction in your mind. No, you don't wanna take it there. Take it there. You're a false alarm. You're going off, but you're not being warned. And slowly you fall apart. Fall apart, fall apart. I think you're going reprobate.
All I ever wanted was wisdom and love. Until an adolescent found young women and drugs. Knew God was my outlet. I just needed the plug. The better you, the better me. We gotta stay on one accord. Observe the time amongst the industry. They're still in that burning house. They heart wax cold. Can't practice what they preach. Many feet on the ground like a centipede. Enmity with God is an enemy with me.
The Bible's like a mirror on the wall, cause it shows me all my flaws, and it tells me when I'm wrong. Reproof and correction.
Hey, turn the mic down, Azanai. Goodness gracious. What's up, Christ blessed brothers? Welcome and sisters. Welcome to the Natives Hour.
Native Hour.
Down here in Miami, we getting it in.
That's right.
While the world is in sin. All praise to the Most High. I'm Officer Gad, and to my far right,
Officer Pagiel.
Officer Hales.
That's Soldier Ephraim.
all praise to the Most High. So you are tuned in to the Natives Hour, all right? Where what we do is we go over things concerning Hispanics, Native American Indians, what America call them as Latinos, right?
Yes, sir.
Latinos, Redskins,
Hispanics.
That's what America call us, man. Americans call us those things, even though we not. So we gonna Natives Hour. We gonna let our people know what's going on in the world concerning our people. God calls you the Israelites.
That's right.
You so-called Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, Cubans, Brazilians. Come on, help me out, man.
Guyanese,
Native Americans,
Nicaraguans,
Uruguay,
Mexican.
Thank you. All of that. Bolivians, all of that.
Peru,
Peruvians. God says you are the Israelites, according to
That's
the Bible.
right.
And this month is Hispanic Heritage Month. Ain't that something?
who knew?
Right. I didn't even know that.
Who knew?
I didn't know that till I see Donald Trump at a gathering talk about the Hispanics.
How good they are.
How good they are. Oh, we gonna get that. We gonna get that.
Bring it
Hey,
out.
you know, when I watched the video, I was waiting for him to name a historic event
Right.
that the Hispanics did.
Right.
But he didn't. All he did was say, oh, they bring so much stuff to America. All he did was boasting America.
Right.
You only liked in this country if you like America.
That's right.
If you don't like America, then the hell with you.
Right.
You ain't nothing but a illegal immigrant. Hey, let's get that real quick. Let's get hold on. We gonna get the first what is it? National Hispanic Heritage Month. Get that as an eye. What is Hispanic Heritage Month? Ooh, yeah, you got to blow that up. You have to blow that up. Pat Jill, can you see that? You can see that, Ephraim? All right, go ahead, read that thing, because I can't see nothing.
The National Hispanic Heritage Month .gov. So this is on their website from the government. It says each year Americans observe National Hispanic Heritage Month from September 15th to October 15th.
What? September 15th.
I was going to bring that up.
Go ahead.
Nah, man, that's just, you see they doing us just like Southern Kingdom.
That's disrespectful.
They gave February, what's that, the shortest month of the year? They said, we're going to give you 30 days and 2 months.
Right. And also February, they named it White History Month.
Oh, man.
I think Jesse Lee Patterson proclaimed White History Month February. Oh, sorry, Jesse Lee Peterson. Go ahead, Officer Les. You got something to say?
No, that's it. That's
all right, go ahead, Ephraim.
It says, by celebrating the histories, cultures, and contributions of American citizens.
Hold on, stop right there. What does it say? Celebrating the histories, cultures, and contributions of American citizens.
So
Go ahead. Watch this.
That just stunned me right there.
Right, watch this. Read on.
Whose ancestors came from Spain.
Wait. Whose
the
ancestors come from Spain?
Spain.
Spaniards.
You know what they say? Everybody's mixed.
Right.
How you say it?
Mulatto, mestizo.
Mestizos.
Yeah.
That's what they saying. Your ancestors came from Spain, Mexico, the Caribbean, and Central and South America. Read on.
Spain, Mexico, the Caribbean, and Central and South America. The observations started in 1968 as Hispanic Heritage Week under President Lyndon Johnson.
If y'all don't know who, what they call him, PLJ, President Lyndon Johnson was the vice president of John F. Kennedy, and after he was shot, he became the president. So, go ahead.
And was expanded by President Ronald Reagan in 1988.
Ronald Reagan was the one who put crack in the neighborhoods, right? Was that Ronald Reagan?
That's right.
The crack epidemic,
right.
War on drugs was war on black people. Go ahead.
In 1988 to cover a 30-day period starting on September 15th and ending on October 15th. It was enacted into law on August 17, 1988, on the approval of Public Law 100-402. The day of September 15 is significant because it is the anniversary of independence for Latin American countries, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua.
All Israelite countries, by the way. All Israelites. Go ahead.
In addition, Mexico and Chile celebrate their independence days on September 16th and September 18th.
Now, I want y'all to pay attention to this next line right here. Read. Go ahead.
Also, Columbus Day.
Also what?
Columbus Day.
Go ahead.
Or Dia de la Raza, which is October 12th, falls within this 30-day period.
Oh, God.
Damn.
The month that they give Hispanics to celebrate their heritage falls on the same day as Columbus Day.
The same day they got destroyed.
The same day they got destroyed by Columbus, came over here, killed millions of the indigenous people, which today is called the Hispanics and Latinos. Go ahead, keep reading.
Executive and legislation documents. The law Library of Congress has compiled guides to commemorative observations, including a comprehensive inventory of the public laws, presidential proclamations, and congressional resolutions related to Hispanic American Heritage Month.
All right, so that's what Hispanic American Heritage is. Go to the next one, Wikipedia, Azaniah. Hispanic. Let's see what Hispanic means on Wikipedia.
The term Hispanic broadly refers to the people, nations, and cultures that have a historical link to the Spanish language.
Now, it says they have a link to the Spanish language. I want you to read the next paragraph.
It commonly applies to countries once under colonial possession.
Read that again.
It commonly applies to countries once under colonial possession.
Can you click on colonial possession, please, Azaniah?
Colonization is a process by which a central system of power dominates the surrounding land and its components.
So if you are speaking Spanish, your ancestors were dominated by the Spaniards.
Right.
Colonial, what did it say? Colonization is a process by which a central system of power dominates the surrounding land and its components and its people. Read on.
The term is derived from the Latin word colere, which means to inhabit.
Come on, keep reading.
Also, colonization refers strictly to migration. For example, to settler colonies in America or Australia, trading posts and plantations, while colonialism is the existing indigenous peoples of styled new territories.
Read on.
Colonization was linked to the spread of tens of millions from Western European states all over the world.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Slavery.
Say it again.
Slavery.
That's what it's saying.
In
Colonization was linked to the spread of tens of millions from Western European states all over the world.
Right.
Slavery.
So colonization is just a fancy word for your slave master.
That's it. That's it. That's all it is. Slavery. Read on.
In many settled colonies, Western European settlers formed a large majority of the population. Examples include the Americas, Australia, and New Zealand. These colonies were occasionally called Neo-Europes. In other places, Western European settlers formed minority groups who were often dominant in their places of settlement.
Go back to Hispanic. Go back to Hispanic and read that again. Read that again.
The term Hispanic broadly refers to the people, nations, and cultures that have a historical link to the Spanish language.
Go ahead.
Or the country of Spain.
Read on.
Depending on the context.
Go ahead.
It commonly applies to countries once under colonial possession.
The country that was under slavery now speaks Spanish.
Bring it out.
By
Your Hispanic heritage is nothing but colonial history.
Right. Celebrating your destruction.
Celebrate your slavery. That's it. Go ahead.
By the Spanish Empire following Spanish colonization of the Americas, parts of the Asia-Pacific region and Africa. Principally, what are today the countries of Hispanic America, the Spanish Philippines, and Spanish Sahara, where Spanish may or may not be the predominant or official language.
Go ahead.
And their cultures are heavily derived from Spain, although with strong logical indigenous or other foreign influences.
Jump down to the next. There we go. Go ahead.
It could be argued that the term Hispanic should apply to all Spanish-speaking cultures.
It said it could be argued that the term Hispanic should apply to all Spanish-speaking cultures or countries. Read on.
As the historical roots of the word specifically pertain to the Iberian region.
It says the historical roots of the word Hispanic specifically pertains to the Iberian region. Read on.
It is difficult to label a nation or culture with one term.
Read that again.
It is difficult to label a nation or culture with one term.
How can you label a people, millions of people, by Hispanic? It makes no sense. That's why I say it is difficult to label a nation or culture with one term such as Hispanic. It's impossible to do.
So what it's saying is like labeling Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Guatemalans as Hispanic when they're all in different places.
Right.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. It makes no sense.
It makes no sense at all.
If that's the case, half the world Hispanic.
Right. It makes no sense at all. What they do is they do that. They label you Hispanic so that you will never find out who you really are.
Right.
They say you're Hispanic, you're from Spain. Your ancestors were from Spain. When, contrary to popular belief, your ancestors is right here in this Bible.
Right. Out.
Your ancestors are Joshua,
right,
Ezekiel, Moses, Aaron. Those are your ancestors.
Right.
Those are the people that God put over you to guide you in righteousness.
Right.
But what America does, they say, those are the Hispanics. Let's label them one term because Hispanic only comes from colonial possession. When you are labeled Hispanic, you are literally being labeled as property.
Right.
That's what they're doing.
Right.
Go ahead.
A Spanish heritage. So what they're doing is they're honoring the monsters that damn near committed genocide to their people. How are you honoring these monsters? By celebrating these false, fake traditions that are not found in the Bible. Because Hispanic, it says, broadly refers to the people, nations, and cultures that have a historical link to the Spanish language. Let's see if we have a link to the Spanish language. You done with this one? I was going to pull up language. Hey, bring that out. I just sent you a message on Telegram. Pull that up real quick. Let's see if we were speaking the Spanish language.
Because, like we just read, Hispanic only means colonial possession by the Spanish Empire. They call you Hispanic because you were once slaves. Your ancestors were tortured, beat, murdered, raped. And now they label your ancestors' offspring, which you are Hispanic.
Exactly. So this is coming from the book called Christopher Columbus and the Participation of the Jews in the Spanish and Portuguese Discoveries, written by by their scholars, the Jewish. Let's get the next one. All right, can you flip that? Let's flip that so everybody can read it. Yeah. This is going to go into the history of when Christopher Columbus came to the Americas. It's called Indians and Israelites. That's the chapter. It's going to be page 99. How we looking? All praises. All right, go to the other one. Get the other one. Where it says, yeah, that one. There we go. Okay. So right here, we're going to start off, blow it up a little bigger. All right, scroll up. All right. Can we read from Roland's chief argument?
Where's that at? Roland's chief argument in support of his views is the language of the Indians in Hispaniola.
Hispaniola. Hispaniola from the Spaniards. That Hispaniola is not talking about Spain. It's talking about what we call today the Dominican Republic and Haiti. So it's talking about those islands. Let's keep reading.
Cuba, Jamaica, and the adjoining islands.
The adjoining islands, meaning the islands nearby, such as St. Martin, such as St. Lucia, Puerto Rico. Let's see what they knew about these adjoining islands. Read.
He contends that it has many resemblances to Hebrew.
To what?
To Hebrew.
No, to Spanish.
To Hebrew.
This is before 1492. Let's keep reading.
In fact, he even calls it corrupted Hebrew.
It's just like today, when we speak English, we speak Ebonics, known as corrupted English. Read that.
He asserts that such names as Cuba and Haiti are Hebrew.
So they derive from the Hebrew language. We were speaking Hebrew. We weren't speaking his Spanish. So that was never our heritage, and that was never our tradition. So why are we celebrating Hispanic heritage?
Right. Why are we celebrating the colonization of our people?
The property of Spain.
The property of Spain. That's what we call ourselves. I'm Hispanic. And we do this so religiously. We celebrate the Hispanic Heritage Month, not knowing, ignorantly, we celebrate the enslavement of our people.
Right.
That's what we're doing. Hey, let me get a script. Let me get Malachi 1:6. Let me get Malachi 1:6.
The book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 6. A son honoreth his father.
God says a son will honor his father. A son will do things so his father can be proud of him. Read on.
And a servant his master. If then I be a father.
If the heavenly Father is the father of all Israel, the father of us, read.
Where is mine honor?
What are we doing to honor God the Father? What are we doing? We honoring Hispanic History Month. We honoring Columbus. We honor all the presidents on President's Day. We honor everybody else, but what are we doing to honor God?
Dang.
Right.
What are we doing? Read on.
And if I be a master,
If God is the master creator of the universe, read on.
where is my fear?
What are we doing to show that we fear him? What are we doing? We're not honoring God, calling ourselves Hispanic. We're honoring our slave masters. Calling ourselves African American, we're honoring our slave masters.
Right.
Calling ourselves all these other names outside of what God called us, we're honoring them. We're not honoring God. We're not honoring our Father because our Father gave us names.
That's right.
Our Father gave us Issachar, the Mexicans. Our Father gave us Ephraim, the Puerto Ricans.
Right.
Our Father gave us Gad, the Native American Indians.
Right.
Our Father gave us beautiful royal names.
Right.
But you know what we honor now? Rodriguez,
Right. Rodriguez.
Lopez.
Flores.
Right.
That's what we honor. We're not honoring our God. We're not
Right.
honoring our Father. All right? Let me get it. If y'all got precepts, bring them out. Let's see. Where we at, Azaniah? Let me get the next one. Get the next one, which is Trump has room rolling at Hispanic Heritage Month celebration. Now, I want y'all to really pay attention to this because even this dude on the left, as y'all see, I don't know who this dude is, but he says something very heavy. I want y'all to listen. Listen, God. This dude says something very heavy, man. And this is how they all think. This is how they all think. I want y'all to pay attention. Go ahead, Azaniah. Play that thing.
If there is one thing about President Trump, he knows how to work a room. Yes, President Trump has an entire room rolling at the Hispanic Heritage Month celebration. Jacob Airy for the Daily Wire reports President Trump, who has long been accused by the left and the mainstream media of being a bigoted racist, particularly against the Hispanic community, gave an enthusiastic and entertaining speech at the White House Hispanic Heritage Month celebration, in which he praised the people of the community who are lawmakers, family members, and honored those serving in the military.
Now, stop. Now, remember, y'all, this is a Hispanic Heritage Gathering meeting right here. Donald Trump should be talking about what? Hispanic heritage. He should be talking about history that correlates to the Hispanics. Play that thing.
Hispanic Americans embody American values, devotion to faith and family, commitment to hard work, enterprise and community service, and a fierce patriotic pride. Does that sound like you? I think so, right? Throughout all 50 states, Hispanic Americans enrich our nation in countless ways, from small businesses to support our neighborhoods and to innovations that improve our lives, and through military service that protects our people and our great American flag. We share our gratitude for all the ways Hispanic Americans make our country flourish and prosper. These are incredible people. You know you're incredible people, don't you? You know that, don't you? Especially with that beautiful Trump hat on. Thank you. That's good. That's good. Great. Thank you. That's beautiful. Thank you very much. We especially thank the 250,000 Hispanic Americans who serve in our military and serve well. We're out there fighting for you, that I'll tell you. You know it. Thank you very much. And thank you, Danielle.
So basically, the only people claiming that Trump is a racist is a bunch of annoying leftist commies that are completely out of touch with reality.
Watch this, y'all.
I'm a proud American. I make no bones about that. And you know what? We welcome all legal immigrants that want to assimilate into our culture.
Right there. Right there. Stop. Listen to what he says. He said we welcome all he said legal.
Oh, legal.
Legal immigrants that want to assimilate into our culture.
That dude's the devil.
Run it back 10 more seconds. All right? Run it back. Watch this, y'all. This is how they all think. Read that. I'll be playing that thing. Go ahead.
Of annoying leftist commies they're completely out of touch with reality. Now, I'm a proud American. I make no bones about that. And you know what? We welcome all legal immigrants.
He says legal. Stop. He says legal. He didn't say illegal. He said we welcome all legal immigrants. Legal. To assimilate. Now, the reason why I put it was on that, because they say if you illegal, that's a problem.
Right.
But even if you legal, it's a problem.
Right. If you don't assimilate.
If you over here repping your flag, say you from Mexico, you legal, and you rep the Mexican flag, you are now a threat to America. Go ahead, play that thing, bro.
Assimilate into our culture, and contribute to society, and be a wonderful, wonderful part of our country. Okay? Break off the yoke of your backwards culture and embrace ours, which is the best. Ronald Reagan once stated that Hispanics are natural conservatives, and that they hold country, God, and family in very high regard. Okay, the main problem is that the left got to them with freebies and lies.
Run it back, Azaniah.
Comment below.
He said, assimilate to our country because ours is the best.
I ain't got nothing to say.
Run it back a little bit. Run it back. Run it back.
He the devil.
It's gonna be all right. Y'all gonna be all right. Y'all gonna be all right. Y'all gonna be all right. Here on the Nana's Hour, we gonna let y'all know what the world think about you.
Right.
We gonna let you know that you are hated. You Hispanics and Native Indians, you are hated even in your own month. Even a month that was given to you by law, you still hate it. Run that thing, Azaniah.
Of races is a bunch of annoying leftist commies that are completely out of touch with reality. Now, I'm a proud American. I make no bones about that. And you know what? We welcome all legal immigrants that want to assimilate into our culture and contribute to society and be a wonderful, wonderful part of our country. Okay? Break off the yoke of your backwards culture and embrace ours, which is the best.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Now, let me get Isaiah chapter 8 real quick.
You know what's crazy, Officer Gadd?
Go ahead, bro.
When you look at the Chinese, right? I don't know if you've been to Chinatown.
I ain't never been to Chinatown.
I went to Chinatown before, and I'm telling you, everything there is in Chinese. Why he not saying anything about that?
Woo! Hey, and they legal immigrants.
Right.
They don't assimilate.
They don't assimilate with nobody. There's a whole bunch of Chinatown in the United States.
Hell, even the so-called Jewish people that come from Israel.
Right.
They own stores, own towns, own
everything.
They don't work on the Sabbath.
Right.
They don't drive. They don't do none of that. But this fat Edomite don't go in there and say, if you legal, you're an immigrant, you better assimilate. They don't celebrate Christmas.
Right. Why is it a problem if we do it? I mean, if we don't assimilate.
You know why? Because in their eyes, we are still property.
Right.
And property can't tell the owner where they want to go. Read that thing, bro. Isaiah 8 and 9. Watch this, y'all.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 8 and verse 9.
Uh-huh.
Associate yourselves, O ye people.
Associate is the same thing as assimilate. Assimilate yourselves, read.
And ye shall be broken in pieces.
So wait a minute. How Kevin Hart? Wait a minute. If God says, if you associate yourselves with the people of the land, you shall be broken into pieces. Apparently, the only right heritage is the heritage of the Israelites.
Right.
That's the only perfect heritage.
Bring it out.
Because the white man's heritage, Esau, Idumeum, Edom, that's what God calls him, the red man.
That's right.
His heritage say, I could sleep with a dog.
Damn, that's the best?
Right, that's the best. His heritage said that I could call my baby a baby. I could let my 2-year-old son be a drag queen and walk down Manhattan Boulevard in a dress and lipstick.
Dang.
That's what Esau's heritage says. Esau says that I have to bow down to a white Jesus. I have to celebrate Christmas.
I got a question. If If their heritage is the best, why do they steal everybody's culture?
Remember, he say, I'm a proud American, but ours is the best. Negro, you don't even have nothing.
Right.
If you gave back everybody's heritage, you wouldn't even have the drawers on your back.
No flavor.
You wouldn't have nothing at all to take with. You'll be butt naked and hungry.
That's right.
Can't sing,
and
can't
dirty.
dance.
You good for nothing.
Bring it out.
You can't sing. You can't dance.
Nope.
You can't make nothing.
No rhythm.
You can't cook. And they can't kill.
No, they can. Yeah.
That's the only thing they good.
All right, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's the only thing they good at.
They're good at
They
killing.
can kill you.
Definitely.
They can put smallpox in the blankets
Mm.
and then steal everything that was given to them.
Right. Bring it out.
Poison your water.
Right. Flint, Michigan.
Right.
They know how to kill young black men with hoodies on, tell you that.
Bring it out.
With Skittles in their pocket. Goodness gracious. Read that again, bro.
Isaiah chapter 8, verse 9. Associate yourselves, O ye people, and ye shall be broken in pieces.
God says you assimilate if you want to, you're going to be broken into pieces. You're going to be put to death. Read verse 10.
Verse 10. Take counsel together, and it shall come to naught.
If we take counsel together with these Edomites, man, we will be destroyed when Christ returns.
Right.
Because these are the same people that is going to try to fight Christ. Think about that. These are the same people. Give me that Obadiah real quick. Give me that Obadiah real quick. What is that? Let me see. What is verse 13? Let me see. I think it's verse 13, right? Let me see.
All praises. What Officer Gad bringing out is heavy, man. So hand joining in hand, they not going to go unpunished. So whoever wants to cleave to these other nations, this is what you got coming to you. You got nothing but destruction. We already in a state of destruction, but it's only going to get worse.
Yep, here we go.
Let's
read Obadiah 1 and 1.
The book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 1.
Watch this. Watch how God feel about Esau, which is the white man, by the way. Go ahead.
The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom.
Concerning who?
Edom.
Edom. Edom is the white man.
That's right.
Edom, Idumea, Esau. The red man. Wasted away is he. No pigment in his skin. Jump to verse 3. Watch this.
Verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee.
God says Esau is deceived by his pride. Can we run that clip back? Watch the pride in this Edomite's mouth. Can we run that clip back just a little bit? Not that far. Go ahead. His heart has deceived. Please, let's take that down. Whatever you got to do, Azaniah, to prevent that, let's do it, please. Read verse 3 again.
The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee.
The pride of this man's heart have deceived him, thinking that his culture is the best when he don't even have a culture.
That's
God's going to tell him what his culture is. Read on.
Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
That's your culture. That's your heritage. Rocks. Caveman. Hey, I went to the doctor the other day, right? I went to the doctor, and I let her know how I wanted to do intermittent fasting. And she said, yeah, well, in my opinion, I don't believe that humankind was meant to have one meal a day. You know, when we was, in the beginning, when we were cavemen, we didn't have. Well,
Why'd you say? Why you speaking French?
Was the caveman.
Ain't no we over here.
Right. With no, butt naked flies, lice in my head. That wasn't us.
Right.
That was you.
Bring it out.
That's
You were the caveman. That's why God says, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks. That's the carcass mountains.
He was speaking to Edom here, right? Not
Yes,
Israel.
Edom.
That's them.
Specifically,
So that wasn't
to
us.
Edom. Right, that wasn't us. He was speaking specifically to the white man.
Oh, praise.
Your heritage is dwelling in the clefts of the rocks. All right, that's it. That's
the guy, man.
Yes, sir. Bring it out.
Let me get 2 Maccabees chapter 6, verse 8. Because he keeps talking about, the legal immigrants that come here. They got to let go of their culture and accept the American ways. You got to understand something. These people, they descend from the Greeks, from the Romans. So there's nothing new with them. They've done this before. Watch this. Second Maccabees chapter 6, verse 8.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6 and verse 8. Moreover, there went out a decree to the neighbor cities of the heathen by the suggestion of Ptolemy against the Jews.
So a law came out against all the Israelites, his so-called Hispanics, Native Americans, Cubans, Puerto Ricans. Read.
That they should observe the same fashions.
The same fashions as the Greeks. Let go of your broken ways and observe the things that we do. Read.
And be partakers of their sacrifices.
Why don't you celebrate Christmas, 4th of July with us?
Right.
Why are you trying to worry about Hispanic Heritage Month? Read.
And whoso would not conform themselves to the manners of the Gentiles.
If you don't want to assimilate with us, you're an illegal immigrant. Get the hell out of here.
Go back to your country.
Dang.
Go back. Hey, and you know it's crazy, even when our Hispanic brothers and sisters, when they speak Spanish in public, they get looked down upon.
That's right.
Even for speaking Spanish.
Right.
They say, oh, this is America. We
English.
speak English in America.
Dang.
This land spoke Hebrew before it spoke English.
Right.
So why excuse me, why you ain't speaking Hebrew?
Right.
You should be speaking English. All right, man. Give me what I want.
Done with the video?
Yeah. We done with the video. It's 9 o'clock. We got to get through some stuff. All right, Azanai, where we at? Get me U.S. incarceration rates. Because America, remember Donald Trump just went over the things that Hispanics do well. He said they bring job, they're good at working. They fight for us in the nation. The only things that America upholds in Hispanic history is the fact that you can benefit America.
Right.
That's it. You benefiting your race,
it's a no-no.
You benefiting your race, you are looked at as a threat to America. That's what you are. This is an incarceration rate by race and ethnicity from 2010. As you can see, go down. Hispanics, Latinos are the second highest rate of incarceration in America. The first highest is blacks. Don't that sound crazy, though? Can we get that script?
Yeah.
Give me that scripture right
Isaiah
there.
42 and 22.
Give me that. Because God said that was going to happen. God says that was going to happen. If they love Hispanics so much, why are we being treated the way we are? Same thing. If they love blacks so much,
right?
Why are we being treated so bad? So how come when Colin Kaepernick signs a Nike deal, all you see is white people burning Nikes, burning Nike socks, saying the hell with Nike. I'm not supporting Nike no more. All because a black man who stood up for his people, now ain't that something?
Right.
Because he didn't want to stand up for America. He would rather stand up for his people, and he's looked at as a thug, as a nigger. Let's read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 42, verse 22. This is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes.
Can we read that from the top again?
But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
God says his people is robbed and spoiled. You know, I know we robbed. We don't have nothing of our own. Right. We don't have our names. We don't have our heritage. We don't have our own religion. We don't have nothing.
That guy just said, he just said it right there. Let go of your broken heritage. He wants to rob you of your own culture.
Right. Let it go and join ours because ours the best.
Right.
Do you know the you got to understand? This is so-called Hispanic Heritage Month. And during Hispanic Heritage Month, Esau says, your heritage is bullcrap. Come join ours.
Right.
You got to think about that. That's a slap in the face to all Hispanics. That's a slap in the face. It's time to wake up, man. Read that.
Isaiah chapter 42, verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
Come on.
They are all of them snared in holes.
Come on.
And they are hid in prison houses.
God says the people that would fill the prison houses would be the Israelites. When you look at the stats, blacks and Hispanics fill the prison houses greater than any other race in the in the country.
Right.
Any other race in the country, blacks and Hispanics fill the prison houses.
Hey, Officer Gadd, that's United States. Can you imagine if we tallied up the totals of Central America, South America,
Mexico?
Mexico?
Think about that. Think about it. It's nothing but Hispanics in those prisons.
Yep.
Nothing but Hispanics in those prisons throughout the Caribbeans and like you said, Central America, South America. Hell, even in Canada. It's nothing but Native American Indians in those prisons. We are the people of the book.
That's right.
We are the Israelites according to the Bible.
And that's 8 years ago.
Right, that's 8 years ago. So just imagine what it's like today. Just imagine what it's like today when you get pulled over for not smiling at a white woman. Think about that. Just imagine what it's like today when you go to a park for a family barbecue and you get the police called on you.
Because of your shirt.
Because of your shirt. You in line at a Taco Bell and you don't get served because, what was that? Because they didn't speak Spanish?
You don't speak, because you don't speak Spanish.
You don't speak Spanish, so you don't get served at Taco Bell. That's crazy. You got the
Your
video,
own
right?
people.
You got the video. That's some crazy stuff. That's some crazy stuff. God says his people, we got it. God says his people are robbed and spoiled. We all filled in prison houses. Give me the next one. Hiring biased blacks and Latinos hasn't improved in 25 years. Give me the next one, Azanai. Now, if we so loved in America, how come when all the stats come out, we always at the bottom of everything?
Because that's where they want us. They want us at the bottom.
Right, because to them, we nothing but peasants. We nothing but servants. That's why they say, I don't want you to call yourself Israel. I want you to remain Hispanic, remain black. That's why when you say, I'm not American, oh, God, you're looked at like a Nazi. Right. You looked at like you're Hitler when you say, I'm not American. When you don't stand and pledge allegiance to the flag, oh!
Why are you living here?
They want to kill you now.
Right.
Right, why are you here? Why don't you go back to your country? This is my country. Right. This was mine before it was yours. Read that, bro.
The hiring bias blacks and Latinos face hasn't improved in 25 years.
Think about that. The hiring bias blacks and Latinos face have not improved in 25 years. Let's read. Go back up, Azanai. Nope. Go. There we go. You're skipping that.
When I recently wrote a study that showed black and Latino median wealth could hit zero by the middle of this century, some people contacted me through social media and insisted it was the fault of those whose wealth was on the decline. Let's go down.
Come on, Zanai.
All you need to do is work hard enough. Improve yourself through education. Insist on finding opportunities. And things will get better, these people said.
And I wonder who these people were. I wonder what people said. Hell, all they got to do is work hard. That's what my ancestors did. All they got to do is to get an education. That's what my ancestors did. All they got to do is assimilate, and they will get by. They will be on the high class of society.
Right. They know they're lying.
They know they're lying. Bruh, think about it. Think about this, bruh. I seen a cartoon. What is it, like a newspaper cartoon? Yeah. When a black man and a white man was at the bottom of a ledge, right, looking over. It's like they couldn't reach the top to get out of the hole. They in the bottom of a hole. Alone, no one could have reached the top alone. So the black man puts the white man on his shoulders and helps the white man out the hole. The white man gets out the hole and looks over, and the black man said, now are you going to help me? The white man said, I found a way out. Now you got to find the way out.
Cold-blooded.
That's exactly how it is. Your ancestors, I'm gonna tell you, a lot of these Edomites, their ancestors came over here with money. America gave them money to come over here.
Right.
From Italy, from Spain, from Europe, from Ireland. All of these, these immigrants, they came over here with they was funded to come over here. Read on.
It is true that you have to work for what you want. Ultimately, you can't depend on the kindness of strangers.
Read that again.
Ultimately, you can't depend on the kindness of strangers.
I'm going to break it down simple to y'all what she's saying. You may fill out an application that says we don't discriminate against race, religion, ethnicity, but you are still, hold on, Zanai. We're going to get that. You are still at the mercy of the interviewer.
Right.
The interviewer may look at you and say, nah. They're not going to tell you, I'm not going to hire you because you're black. They're going to say, I'm not going to hire you because you don't have 60 credits in college. I'm not going to hire you because your traffic violations, you have one too many traffic tickets. Sorry.
A lot of times they hang you out to dry because they keep you to wonder. They say, don't call us, we'll call you.
That's what I'm going to tell you. That's why back in the day, we was actually, I don't know about y'all, but when I went to look for jobs back in the day, we actually walked into the business.
Right.
And face-to-face fill out an application to put it in.
Yeah.
Now they say, we don't want to see you. Fill online. Put it online. And we'll choose who we want based off of the credentials.
Mm.
And I don't know if you guys remember this, but there was this article that came out with this dude, right? His name was Jose. He filled out a job application, never got nothing. So what he did is took out the SE and just said, my name is Joe. Once he did that, he got a few phone calls.
And that stuff is real, man. Hey, a lot of people don't understand this, but that stuff is real. That bias is real. Go ahead, Zanaya, pull it up. You found it? Yeah, put that thing up. Blow it up. Yeah, I can't read it. Yeah, I can't read that, bro. It's all blurry. All right, but basically that's the image of what we just described. All right, go ahead, Zanaya. And look, the black man got a what is that, chain?
Ball and chain, yeah.
A ball and chain on him, so he can't get up.
Right.
He can't get up.
Blow it up one more time. We'll read it real quick. Blow it up real quick, just one. Okay. So the white man tells our brother, this is for your own good.
Oh, he's chained up.
Right.
This is for your own good.
I mean, he pretty much giving them hope. He like, don't worry, this is for your own good. When I get out, he's giving them that hope. I'm going to be there for you. He says, okay, he's struggling to get up. Then he says, get off me.
Yeah, the black man screaming, get off me, get off me.
Yeah, because it's hurting him to help him. That's subliminal to, like, slavery. Like, damn, man, get off my back.
Yep. And then
but he's helping him.
Then the next one says, enough, I'm getting up.
Uh-oh.
Basically, enough, I'm going to assimilate. I'm going to give in.
Right.
I'm tired of you being on my back. You know what? I'm going to help you up.
So he says, I'm really sorry about being racist before. I know better now. So Jake says, swell, give me a hand, will ya? Give me a hand up, will ya? Of course not. That would be reverse racism.
Oh, man.
Damn.
Hey, they use that too. If I help you, then that will make me look like I don't like my people.
Damn.
That's how they feel, man. So it's damn if they do, damn if they don't.
Right.
Tell Esau's the devil, man. Damn. Go ahead, Ephraim.
Ultimately, you can't depend on the kindness of strangers. To deploy a twist on the Tennessee Williams line, if discrimination becomes the rationale for not trying, you have to blame yourself as well.
You have to blame yourself, Reed.
However, people badly misuse this concept and assume that no one gets the short end of the stick and that you can't work hard and still not get ahead. It's a way of absolving themselves and social systems from blame. They want to convince themselves that all they have came only from their own efforts in a perfectly competitive system and nothing else.
Hey, you know how we know it's not perfectly competitive? They had to do, what's that called? Assimilation. Affirmative action. If it was perfectly competitive, why did they have to create affirmative action? Think about that. That makes you hire minorities.
Right.
That's crazy. Go ahead.
The truth, based on lots of data over years, is that if you're black or Latino in the U.S., you get far from an equal shake.
You get far from an equal shake. I mean, you're not looked at the same as a white man or a Chinese man or a Japanese man or Arab man. Even people that bomb the trade centers get more likely to get a job than you.
Hey, trust me, I know.
Go ahead, bro.
Especially where I work at.
Go ahead.
Your efforts have to be longer, stronger, and chances are you still will be treated worse. The deck gets stacked against you even as you try mightily, and then people throw the results in your face.
Go ahead.
The most recent evidence is that of this is a recent meta-study, which means of a review of multiple studies by researchers at Northwestern in Chicago, Harvard, and Cambridge, Massachusetts, and in the Institute of Social Research in Oslo, Norway. Hiring discrimination against blacks hasn't changed in the last 25 years. Latinos have seen only a moderate drop in discrimination against them.
Ain't nothing changed with Latinos either. But
over the years, studies have regularly and repeatedly tested for racial bias in hiring. The researchers pulled together 28 studies from 1989 on a time when field experiments on the topic became more common.
Just jump to the paragraph right there.
Since 1989, whites receive on average 36% more callbacks than blacks and 24% more callbacks than Latinos.
So you more likely to get a job as a white man than a black man or a Hispanic man. You 30%, 36% more likely to get a job. That's a big number. You 36% more likely to get a call back from a job than a black man and a Latino man. Go ahead.
We observe no change in the level of hiring discrimination against African Americans over the past 25 years.
So Judah is still getting it the worst.
That's what I was thinking, yep.
Judah still getting it worse. Say we didn't deserve no change in Judah getting hired.
Right.
No change in 25 years. Judah is still at the bottom of getting hired. In 25 years.
That's madness.
They know who they are.
They know
That's the
who
head.
the head tribe is. They know.
That's right.
We got to keep them down so that everybody else don't rise up.
Right.
They know that, man. Esau's a genius. They know.
And you know what's crazy? You can tell that this is all a setup because they don't hire you, so you don't get hired. What are you gonna do after that? If
You're going to sell drugs.
You gotta sell
You're going
your
to rob.
drugs.
You're going to steal. You're going to kill.
And then what they're gonna say? Oh, black people are most likely to commit crimes.
Yep.
They
Yep.
set it up already
Yep.
for you to fail.
Yep. From the beginning. It's all a process. You absolutely right, Pagiel. And in 25 years, it has not changed. And then they wonder why the murder rate for black men is so high.
Right.
They wonder why the crime rate in black neighborhoods is so high.
Right.
That's because daddy can't get a job. Uncle can't get a job. Even when he applies himself, even when he does everything right, he go to work, you know what I'm saying? He fill out application, don't even have a criminal record.
Right.
You still don't get a job. So what do we do? Like, what the hell with it then? Right. Get a degree. You get an associate's, a bachelor's degree. You still won't get hired.
Right.
It's certain fields that a black man shouldn't even think about going to college for.
Right.
And I was thinking about that too. I was thinking about it too the other day. And I was like, man, you know what? I wonder what would it be like to be a dental hygienist. And I'm like, ain't no white woman or white man gonna let me work on their mouth. They gonna look at me, and you know how much money we gonna lose? Especially if I don't simulate, especially if I don't shave my face.
Dang.
If I, you know what I'm saying, if I don't wear the tight clothes, if I don't speak effeminate,
Right. Yep. The bow and tie.
they tell you it would never work out. And I thought about that. I said, man, I would go to school, but I would never find a job.
You're right.
I would never find a job. It's just like nursing. You know, nursing was started off by men. Nursing was started off by men.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, nursing was started off by men. But in today's society, you think of a nurse, you think of a woman.
Yeah.
That's true, because even in Esau's military, there was a time where there wasn't no women in the military.
Right.
So who played the meds? Who was the medical staff?
Men.
Straight men.
But I was thinking, dang, if I did that, I still will never get a job.
Right.
Nobody will look at me and take me serious as a black male nurse. Think about that. You know they first thought is, oh, he's gay. He got to be gay. He got to be gay. And when they hear my voice, it's over. I want to go to another. Y'all ever seen that video where the white woman brought her son to the hospital, and she said, I don't want no black nurse. I don't want no black doctor working on my son.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
She waited there until it was a white doctor. She called the police and everything.
Right.
She said, I don't want no black doctor working on my son. That's crazy, man. No black nurse, nothing. I want a white man working on my son.
And that what she was saying is she don't want the best of the best neither, because the black doctors was always the top notch.
Right, we the top.
It was the black. It was the
open heart surgery, all that. We found out ways to do all of that.
She said, "I'd rather die
right
before
I'd rather die than
saves my life."
Right.
Gotta be out of your mind, man.
That's the hatred.
You know what kind of jobs they want us to have? Janitor jobs.
Right.
Cut grass.
Dishwasher jobs.
Clean my pool.
Right. That's what they want. Nanny. Hey, I go to people's houses and I go to these big houses. I mean like on the island, Palm Beach Island, huge Edomite houses.
Mansions.
You know they are never home. The Edomites never there. But who's there?
The maids.
The Latinos there. All they maids be Northern Kingdom Hispanic. All of they maids be Hispanic.
What's another name for servant?
Yes, slave.
Slave.
Maid.
Maid.
Yeah, play that thing, bro. Come on, man, just play it. Turn it up, because they can't hear you.
Doctor, it was not white. That did not help my kid. I would like to see a white doctor. You're telling me there's not one white doctor in this whole entire building? Yes, no. Oh my God. Well, what's the closest that you have to speaking English?
So you know it was Hispanics. It was all Hispanic doctors.
The woman repeatedly demanded that a white doctor who speaks English and, quote, doesn't have brown teeth treat her son. We've obscured her face in the video to protect the identity.
Hey, stop. Hold on. That's another thing. They always protect the Esau, boy.
Right.
We're going to skirt. Right. Oh, hey, nah. Hey, when a black man or Hispanic act up, they put his face out there. Even if you dead on the street, they still don't blur your face.
So they put you on a milk carton if they got to.
Find videos of you back in the past.
Yeah, they don't care, man. They won't put your face out. They want to save this white woman. For what? She's the devil. Go ahead, man. Finish playing it. We gotta get
Linda Ward is on that story this morning. She's outside the Mississauga.
All right, that's it. We don't give a damn about that devil. Basically, she didn't want no Hispanic doctor working on her son, even though the doctor got a doctorate degree. He's a doctor for a reason. She don't want that. She want a white doctor.
Certified.
That's how
If color don't matter, think about this though. I bet you, 100% bet you, she's a Christian.
Right.
Guaranteed.
I bet you she's a Christian.
Faithful too.
If color don't matter, why won't you let a Hispanic doctor save your son?
You know,
You'd rather your son die than be worked on by a Hispanic doctor.
I was just about to say that. How strong the hatred is.
That's hatred.
It's like, man, I'd rather my son die
Goodness
than have
gracious.
somebody worked on.
So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go over a brief. I'm going to try to make it brief. I got a lot of videos here. We got to probably do a part 2. We're going to go over a brief history of Hispanic heritage. Give me the next one. Mexican War of Independence. We're going to teach y'all something because I know they ain't teaching y'all this in school. They're not teaching y'all this. Yesterday, well, it was yesterday, right? Yesterday, kids had day off for what? Do y'all know what day was yesterday? Anybody know?
No, sir.
Did anybody know? No. It was a Jewish holiday. It was a Jewish holiday.
Off for that?
Think about that. This lets you know who runs the country.
Right.
You able to stop school from going because your holiday. It was their day of atonement. Yesterday. They made everybody not go to school.
Dang.
They made everybody take off in the school. No teachers, no students, everybody off. That's a national holiday. Ain't that something? Right. We never had one day off. I mean, it's Hispanic Heritage Month. We should have a month off or a day off. Columbus Day get a day off. Nothing at all. That lets you know they don't give a damn. They don't care. Go ahead. Let's see. This is the Mexican War of Independence. I want you to go down to 1810. There we go. Read that.
After 1810, the independence movement went through several stages.
All right, I'm going to just bring about the speed real quick. For all you don't know, Mexico was called New Spain. Mexico was called New Spain in the rulership of Spain. The people of Mexico or New Spain fought to separate from Spain.
Yep.
They fought to get their independence from Spain. So go ahead.
As leaders were imprisoned or executed by forces loyal to Spain. At first, the rebels disputed the legitimacy of the French-installed Joseph Bonaparte, while recognizing the sovereignty of Ferdinand the Seventh over Spain and its colonies. But later, the leaders took more radical positions, rejecting the Spanish claim and espousing a new social order.
Watch this now. Watch this. Hold on. The so-called Mexicans, God calls you Issachar.
That's right.
Listen to what we all stood for as to why you didn't want to be a part of Spain. Read that again.
Rejecting the Spanish claim and espousing a new social order, including the abolition of slavery.
They wanted to get rid of slavery. That was a big reason as to why they fought Spain for independence.
Right.
They wanted to abolish slavery. Go ahead.
Secular priest Jose Maria Morelos.
You got to understand, when you say Hispanic Heritage Month, you should be celebrating how your ancestors fought against a people that wanted you enslaved.
Right.
They fought the Spaniards. They fought the Europeans to get freedom from slavery. That is what we should be celebrating. We shouldn't be going out in Mardi Gras. Shouldn't be going to clubs. You shouldn't be celebrating Donald Trump. You shouldn't be celebrating America. You should be celebrating how your ancestors fought these people so that they could be free from slavery.
Right.
Go ahead.
The separatist provinces to form the Congress of Chilpancingo, which gave the insurgency its own legal framework. After the defeat of Morelos, the movement survived as a guerrilla war under the leadership of Vincent Guerrero. By 1820, the few rebel groups survived, most notably in the Sierra Madre del Sur.
Go ahead. All right, hold on. That's it. So let me get the video real quick, Azanai. The Mexican-American, what you got, Pedro?
Because you know how they're trying to find, like you just said, they don't want the Hispanics celebrating the fighting against slavery, right? One of the main reasons they're doing that is because they don't want the Hispanics to know that they were ever enslaved.
They don't want them to know. They don't want them to know. That's why when we saw the video of Donald Trump, he only encouraged the Hispanics to continue in assimilation.
Right.
Hey, what's crazy about that, Officer Gad? Today I saw two. I was giving them flyers, right?
Nice. Because America will fold back the lies, fold back the sheets, put on new. You know what they do? They put on new comforters, but under the comforter is all bloody sheets.
Right.
So you can't see the blood sheets. You can't see the blood stains.
Right.
All you see is a brand new white comforter on top. We here to pull that. We here to pull it back.
That's right.
We here to pull it back and show the world all of America's bloody sheets.
That's right.
That's what we here to do. Go ahead, bro.
Unmute.
Come on, Zanai.
It wasn't that long ago that the United States went to war with its neighboring country, Mexico. Wars in American history have not been popular among the American public, and the Mexican-American War was no exception. Years before war broke out between the two countries, Mexico had fought its own war of independence against the Spaniards. It was in 1812 that Mexico freed itself from its colonizers. At the time, the new country spanned from current-day northern Oregon to the modern-day country of Guatemala. Its northern territory was sparsely populated, and because of this, the government supported plans to welcome settlers from the United States in the hopes of furthering developing the region. It was through this program that the majority of the population in Texas became American. By the time of the Texas Revolution,
Now stop,
nearly
stop,
10,000 of the 14,000 people living
Stop. Now this is after Mexico got its independence. These are not the same thing. Now this is the Mexican-American War. How the Europeans fought against Mexico. You had the Spaniards who fought against Mexico. Now you got the Europeans who fought against Mexico because Texas was actually Mexico.
Right.
Everything from, I think it was everything from Nevada
California.
on west,
Yep.
it was all Mexico.
Right.
And the Europeans wanted to take over. So this is what happened. Run it back like 15 seconds as of now.
It was through this program that the majority of the population in Texas became American. By the time of the Texas Revolution, nearly 10,000 of the 14,000 people living in Texas were American settlers. The only condition that the Mexican government placed on its foreign population in Texas were that they pledge loyalty to Mexico, convert to Catholicism, and live on the land they purchased for at least 10 years. Mexico also didn't allow slavery in its country.
Stop
This
right
proved
there.
hard for the
I want y'all to pay attention. This is very important. Slavery is very important. A lot of things happened because of slavery, because of a certain people did want slavery, and certain people did want slavery. Now, this is the land of Mexico here. And what it says, over 10,000 Europeans lived in Texas, and only 4,000 Mexicans lived in Texas. Texas was overran by more immigrants, which were the Europeans.
Bring it out.
Y'all was the immigrants.
Bring it out.
And now y'all tried to overtake, and that's what happened. Go ahead.
American settlers to follow because they were mostly Protestant, loyal to the United States, and pro-slavery. It wasn't long before Texas erupted in rebellion and fought a...
Stop. Remember, it says a lot of Americans had a problem with that because they were loyal to America. They were pro-slavery. Mexico said, no, we don't want slavery here in Texas. We don't want slavery in Mexico, period. The Europeans said, no, we want slavery. Immigrants trying to dictate in a country that's not even theirs.
Pride.
Go ahead.
A revolution of its own against the Mexican government. After Texas won its independence from Mexico, it tried to become part of the United States 2 times. However, the U.S. Congress rejected its application because many congressmen didn't want to antagonize the Mexican government. Additionally, some congressmen from the free northeastern states did not want to add another slave state to the country. In 1844, President James K. Polk was elected president and was an avid supporter of Manifest Destiny.
Now I want y'all to remember, stop. I want y'all to remember Manifest Destiny. We're going to go over that next real quick. Manifest Destiny. I want y'all to remember that. Go ahead.
The United States to conquer the land from the Atlantic coast to the Pacific. Polk's eye was not just on Texas, but veered all the way to California. When Polk became president, Congress voted to annex Texas into the United States. It was in 1845 when the president sent troops under the command of General Zachary Taylor into an area between the Nueces River, which was the traditional southern border of the Mexican state of Texas, and the Rio Grande, which marks the current border between Texas and Mexico. At the same time, Polk sent John Slidell to Mexico to try and purchase California. However, both of these acts angered the Mexican government, and because of this, Slidell was sent back to the U.S. Polk, who felt that the Mexican government mistreated Slidell, seized the opportunity, and when he was told that on May 9, 1846, Mexican soldiers had fired upon American soldiers between the Rio Grande and the Nueces River, Polk stated that, "We have tried every effort at reconciliation. The cup of forbearance had been exhausted even before the recent information from the frontier of the Del Norte. But now, Mexico has passed the boundary of the United States, has invaded our territory, and shed American blood upon the American
Stop.
soil.
Stop. All lies.
Straight lies.
All lies.
Damn.
That Texas was not your authority, your territory. All lies. That's like me, and this is what happened. That's like me going to China. I commit a crime in China, and they kill me. You think America going to declare war on China?
Nope.
But that's what happened. These imposters went to Texas, and they did something worthy of them being shot at. They ran back to America and said, oh, they shot at us on our territory. Let's go to war with them. All lies. Go ahead.
This, Polk declared war on Mexico. However, Mexicans thought of this act slightly differently. They believed it was an act of banditry, because of course, the shots that were fired upon American soldiers were, in Mexico's eyes, still in Mexico, south of the traditional state-Texas border.
Stop.
US's
Stop.
rear.
It says in Mexico's eyes, still in Mexico. Meaning in America's eyes, that land is mine.
Right.
I've already made it. That's my land because I said it. Go ahead.
In fact, a Mexican article written just days after war was announced in the paper El Tiempo declared that the American government acted like a bandit who came upon a traveler. There were also several U.S. congressmen that declared the war an act unjustifiable. Senator Charles Sumner stated that, certainly, Mexico might justly charge our citizens with disgraceful robbery, while, in seeking extension of slavery, our own citizens denied the great truths of American freedom. It is certainly undeniable that the U.S. at the time had its eyes on expansion and acted questionably in order to reach its goal of conquering the land between the Atlantic and Pacific.
Give me the next video. Oh, no, look up Manifest Destiny. Real quick, real quick. So what we going over, we shedding light on the true history of Hispanic heritage.
Right.
We're going to shed the light on that. Manifest Destiny. Is that it? Go down. Stop. Hold on, let me see. Yep, that's it. Read that part right there.
In the 19th century, Manifest Destiny was a widely held belief in the United States that its settlers were destined to expand across North America.
So basically they're saying that God gave them the authority to expand America. Manifest Destiny. Say it is our destiny to do this, which we will be going over in part 2. We will be going over Manifest Destiny in part 2 because that's very heavy. All right? But we're going to move on real quick. We're going to do one more video. Then we're going to bring out a few scripts. Let me get the Trump video. Then we're going to pull out some scripts. There we go, right there. Go ahead. Turn the volume up.
You have criticized Governor Bush for speaking Spanish on the campaign trail. You have criticized Governor Bush for speaking Spanish on the campaign trail. You said, quote, he should really set an example by speaking English in the United States. What's wrong with speaking Spanish?
Well, I think it's wonderful and all, but I did it a little bit half-heartedly, but I do mean it to a large extent. We have a country where to assimilate, you have to speak English. And I think that where he was and the way it came out didn't sound right to me. We have to have assimilation. To have a country, we have to have assimilation.
Stop.
I'm not
Stop.
the first one.
Stop. Stop. He says we have to have assimilation. You are demanded to assimilate to English, to a European concept of everything in order to be an American citizen. Think about that. When you go to get your green card, your papers, you got to know the states. You got to know the president. You got to know the laws. You got to assimilate.
Right.
That's what you got to do.
They actually tell you to denounce your country and everything.
Damn.
Yeah, they tell you to denounce everything about where you come from.
So they make sure. Do you love South America? You better not say yeah. You better not say yeah.
That all goes into their Pledge of Allegiance when you when they hand you the certificate. That goes into Pledge of Allegiance, making you you actually volunteer.
Right.
You volunteer, but it's an oath that you say. Well, yeah, you denounce your heritage,
to the flag United States of America.
You won't get it.
To the republic for
and you
which it
won't get your
stands.
green card. You won't get anything until you say those words.
Damn. Right. It's forced. You are demanded. You are commanded to assimilate to America's ways. Go ahead.
I want to say this, Dana. We've had many people over the years, for many, many years, saying the same thing. This is a country where we speak English, not Spanish.
Well, I've been speaking English.
This is the
here
president,
tonight.
y'all.
Speaking English.
This is the president of the United States, and this is what he believes in. This is what all white people believe in.
Can I get a script?
Go ahead.
Let me get Sirach chapter 12, verse 16. Sirach chapter 12, verse 16. Because earlier you played a video where he was speaking all sweet words to the Hispanic community. Watch this. Read.
The book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips.
He speaks sweet words with his lips.
But in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
How we gonna build this wall?
Hey, and we're going to pull one more video after this. It's about that. Think about that. He said, oh, my Hispanic people, my Hispanic.
Right.
But through his whole campaign, he was only known for, we're going to build that wall.
Right.
And we're going to make Mexico pay for it. That's what he said. We're going to make Mexico, it's great, it's great. We're going to make Mexico pay for it.
Dang.
Think about that. Reddit, Azadine. Hey, we got 10 minutes, y'all.
Fact is, if a high school kid asked me a question in Spanish, a school, by the way, a voucher program that was created under my watch, the largest voucher program in the country, where kids can go to a Christian school, and they ask me a question in Spanish, I'm going to show respect and answer that question in Spanish, even though they do speak English, and even though they embrace American values.
Hey, go back to Donald Trump. Go back to Donald Trump. I said Donald's. Go back to what Donald spoke.
Look at his swag.
Go back to what DJ spoke.
For real.
Go ahead, bro.
To me, we have to have assimilation. To have a country, we have to have assimilation. I'm not the first one to say this, Dana. We've had many people over the years, for many, many years, saying the same thing. This is a country where we speak English, not Spanish.
All right, let me get Proverbs 3:31.
Dang.
Let me get Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31.
Hey, you heard what he said else again? He said, "This isn't. We've been doing this for years.
Right,
We've been letting y'all know for years."
That's why he like. I don't know what the big deal is.
Right.
We've always had these morals and values in America. You gotta assimilate to us in order to succeed.
Right. Only the Israelites.
Go ahead.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
Go ahead.
And choose none of his ways.
God says, don't choose no ways of your oppressors. The oppressor is the white man.
That's right.
God said, don't choose none of his ways. A point you just brought out, I think Pastor Hill just said that. They don't want nobody else to assimilate but the Israelites.
Right.
But the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. If we not assimilating, it's a problem. Because they know if we not assimilating to their culture, what are we coming back to? We're coming back to our culture. Give me that Sirach 17. Give me that Sirach 17, verse 11. Right. They don't tell Chinese to assimilate. They don't say that. They don't say none of that. They don't say that.
No.
If you don't assimilate, go back to your country. They don't say that stuff. But they tell us, the workers of the land, if you don't assimilate, then you're going to be put to death. Go ahead.
The book of Sirach, chapter 17, verse 11.
This is what scares the white man. Go ahead.
Besides this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life.
The what?
The law of life.
The keeping of God's laws is what sends chills down these nations' spines.
Bring it out.
Because they know once we come back to our true heritage and we keep God's laws, the world is ours.
Right.
We up next. They know that. Give me Jeremiah 17 and 4 real quick.
Bring it out.
They know that.
The numbers in the prison system will go down.
Will go down. Now the jobs, hey, Deacon Malachi did a class on that.
Right.
About how crime is money. Crime is a profit. If we keep God's laws, there's no more need for jails. There's no more need for judges. There's no more need for lawyers. There's no more need for police officers. There's no more need for regulations. Everybody would be keeping God's laws.
That's a big business.
You just cut off millions of jobs in America.
Right.
Think about that. You hit East culture.
Right.
That's above all.